And the computer says we're live, so that means we are live. Welcome, everybody, to another installment of what we like to call Otaku Bros, I guess, here live on the Omnibus Collectors Network. I am Gio, or from A Week in Geekdom, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, the Omnibus Collector himself, Ryley. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
I have my crappy headphones on, so give me a quick second because I can't really hear that well. There we go. It's been a wild ride. We were supposed to do this stream last week, but then Jess switched with us because he really wanted to talk about Sweet Tooth, I think it was. So we switched the date around, and we're here tonight, ready to talk about all the wonderful manga that is coming out in the month of June 2020. Now, one thing to note is that we don't really know if the dates are going to be completely accurate because, as you saw from May, a lot of stuff either got pushed a couple months, either is out of stock at websites like Right Stuff and whatnot, and they simply did not arrive or ship. So I cannot 100% tell you this is a set time. This is just what I found from cross-referencing from IST, from Amazon, and Right Stuff. But these are the titles I think that you watching at home will be interested if you are into collecting manga. Yeah, speaking of manga and acquiring these wonderful little books, you can get them at our sponsor's website. That's instocktrades.com. You get your collected editions and manga up to 50% off. At loyalty discounts, tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in that order, you get free shipping. Not only that, fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging when you visit and order from instocktrades.com. Whew. So with that said, have you hauled or read anything, brother?
The past couple weeks, as far as reading goes, I've been taking a little bit of a break from manga and was catching up on comics and stuff, new release comics from the past couple months during the time that we've all been delayed, the diamond delays and all that stuff. So a few things have trickled in. Mostly DC. DC's been releasing a good amount of stuff still. And then I started to, because I finally got in my Swamp Thing by Nancy Collins omnibus, so I decided I was going to finally start to read the digital versions that I have of the uncollected material that comes before that. So I'm working my way through that right now, and then I have a few different volumes of manga that I got from last month and from the end of April. So nice. Those are my hauls. This one is my
little.
Sorry, I'm trying to boot up my computer so I can be a little bit better here.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I've got the phone in the meantime. So,
Actually, that angle looks great. Because yeah, there we go.
Did I lose you or did you lose me?
I think we both lost each other in the heat of the moment. I can hear you, but the image is frozen.
Was that me or was that you?
I froze for like a split second, but now I can't see your image. I can only see your hand in the screen, so the image must be frozen on your end.
Let me.
Yeah. While he comes back, shout out Jesse. Thank you for tuning in. And I do believe, because I set this, I scheduled this broadcast super early today, and a couple of the regulars dropped in to say hi. I cannot highlight the comments for some reason. I think I thought they were going to be there, but they're not. But thank you everybody for tuning in during the day. I couldn't set it up now. That's why I set it up like super early in the day. Larry, hi guys. Tuesday is huge for me. I have a number of pre-orders that should arrive by the end of next week. That is the best feeling when you get when you get an awesome haul of books. That's the best feeling in the world. Yeah, that was a giant hand. Tasty Melon, hey man, thank you for joining. I love that. I love that picture. That avatar is great. So, while Ryley, right, as I was gonna mention that he was not on, but he's now on with us.
Okay,
Welcome back.
That I get on my laptop. Anyway, so my hauls.
Hauls, yes.
This is all of the manga, only the manga, because if I was showing my other stuff, then we'd be here for a while. This is all the manga that I've received thus far in, what month are we in? May? Yeah.
Late May, yeah.
Okay, so I finally got a copy of the Pokemon Adventures Collector's Edition.
Ooh.
So this collects the first 3 of the smaller original volumes.
Nice.
Very fun stuff right there. Recommended definitely if you are a fan of Pokemon. And then these are some recent releases from I think the end of April, and there's one from the or a couple from May. So I've got High Rise Invasion 11 and volume 11 and 12. This is one of the 2-in-1 omnibus volumes.
Ooh.
And I haven't gotten around to reading these yet. So
pretty thick volume.
Yes, and then the only new Viz Media book that I was able to get was Samurai 8. This is the only one that I got. Everything else from Viz has been delayed, as you know.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we've got Silver Spoon. This is volume 14. This is the second to last volume. So the last volume should be coming out pretty soon. And then I've got Skullface Bookseller Honda-san, Volume 4. This is the last volume of this series.
Aw, I thought it was going to be longer.
Just 4 volumes. And then I got 2 volumes of Great Priest Imhotep. So I've read the first volume. I haven't read these. So I'm going to read these and find out whether or not I want to continue with the series. The first volume was okay. So we'll see how it goes continuing on with these 2. Yeah. I like the art style. I like the idea, but the first volume just didn't really get deep into any sort of plot or anything. It just kind of gave us a little bit of action, a little bit of character.
Yeah. Well, I didn't haul much. Probably can see here I finished getting all of Dorohedoro. And what else did I get? That's it. I got some comics, but this is a manga themed episode, so I'm not going to talk about it. I mostly order stuff that Viz releases. So I'm missing Beastar 6, Demon Slayer 12, Dr. Stone 11, Ran in the Grey World Volume 7, which is the final one. Mm-hmm. And something else I'm forgetting, but it was mostly Viz, and it's all delayed, so I got nothing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and I still don't know what's going on, like why Right Stuff has been delayed on that stuff. I don't know if it's only them. I know Viz has been coming out and saying, available this week in print is this, and this. Yeah. But every passing week, I just look at the new releases on their page and it keeps saying not in stock or no longer in stock. So I don't know if they just didn't receive stock or they were shorted or something like that. Because I know sometimes that IST will like list something, and if I order it, then they'll send a message and it would say something like, "Hey, the distributor shorted us on this order. We can replace it with something else." But I don't know. There's been no word on that and no communication from them about
nothing.
Like later release dates and stuff either, or what's been going on. So, and unfortunately, it looks like the books that I already have pre-ordered from for June are probably going to be delayed as well, because usually they get stuff early, and I'll wind up getting the first week stuff, a week plus ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So none of that.
Yeah, for everybody watching, I tried writing on social media and messaging write stuff, but it's radio silence. Like I told you earlier in our chat, they don't really reply to that stuff. They don't seem to mind because they don't put out any statements. Then no public relations on their website, nothing. So I assume they're thinking, oh, we'll get them soon. Let's just keep them waiting. And they don't bother replying with that stuff. I don't know. They did have a new option about the tracking system on USPS for your orders. That's a new thing that they're doing. But other than that, we don't really know. So, yeah.
Still just waiting.
I know. It sucks. But let's talk a little bit more positive with stuff that is coming out from different companies, from different manga publishers. We are talking June releases. There are a lot of releases. I had to check through different websites and different dates, like I mentioned earlier. So I have them here with me. Let me share my screen. Actually, N-Man. IMO, Right Stuff has quicker shipping as opposed to IST, but most of the time IST has better prices. Yeah, and the thing is, IST and sites like Amazon, they already have some books that Right Stuff does not have, which is utterly bizarre and awesome at the same time.
I think the difference in shipping really comes down to if you are, or the difference in price. If you are a member at Right Stuff and you get the additional discount, and they also don't charge tax like IST has to. So oftentimes things wind up being a little bit cheaper at Right Stuff because of that. But then, and usually it's quicker. It's quicker, and they do also get stuff like IST doesn't get some of the smaller manga publishers, a lot of the stuff from them, and Right Stuff does. So they do get a lot of things that they don't. They do often get it early. This is the one time since I've been ordering a lot of stuff from them, this is the one time that this has happened, and it's just inexplicable and weird that they haven't commented on it or sent emails.
We got a question for you from Canadian Invincible Comics. Ryley, how does the Honda-san manga hold up against the anime if you've had the chance to watch it?
I've only watched like a couple of clips that were put out like back when it first started. Yeah. And those clips were, funny enough and cute enough that it made me want to get the manga. And it looks like it's ripped just straight from the manga, the anime is. So it just depends. Do you prefer to watch the stuff or do you prefer to read it? I don't know if the anime covered the entirety of the 4 volumes. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if it added additional material. But it's definitely enjoyable. Not anything deep. It's just, comedy about this woman talking about her life as a bookseller.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. 2 more questions before we get on to the previews. Amazon had in stock all the new releases Right Stuff didn't have. Amazon seems to be using this as a way to freezing out some of the competition. If that's true, that's kind of crappy, in my opinion. And from Tasty Melon, kind of new to manga. I've read and enjoyed Monster and Death Note. What should I read next?
There's a lot. I mean, if you enjoyed Monster, then we could recommend stuff like Pluto and 20th Century Boys, because it's the same creator. But we've done a few episodes, I think, talking about kind of series for beginners. I think the last one we did actually was the
shorter reads.
Yeah, so if you go 3 weeks back and look at our last Otaku episode, we talked about a lot of single volume or short series that are good for people, like especially beginners wanting to get into manga and stuff.
Yeah, I made a playlist on this channel for just the Otaku Bros episodes.
Nice.
There should be an Essentials episode 1 and 2, and we're going to do a part 3 eventually in the following weeks. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so check those out. Those will have plenty of suggestions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here are the previews. Let's get this started because there are a lot of books. This is for the first week of June. Can you see the image?
I can.
All right, perfect. So starting out on the first week of June, we've got the first volume of Spy Family from Tatsuya Endo, Volume 1. I know a lot of people are excited about this.
I'm excited about this.
I only read the contents of this, what would be Volume 1, and it's really fun. It's a really fun series. I like it.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good, so I'm excited to get it. I've pre-ordered this one, so I should. Whenever they get stuff, I'll be getting this.
We also have. Oh, sorry, my bad. There we go. My Hero Academia Vigilantes Volume 7. So this is up to date with Japan. They also have 7 volumes, if I remember correctly. So, because this series is released monthly on the alternate Shonen Jump magazine. I forgot the name. Giga something? I don't know. But here we have Volume 7. We're also getting Black Clover Volume 21, which seems to be the penultimate volume to the saga of the elves. So that's exciting. I love that saga. Here we have a very popular series, Demon Slayer Volume 13. And from here on out, we're getting them monthly. So we already have solicitations all the way up to December for Demon Slayer. So every month we're going to get a new volume, regardless of delays.
And that's cool because now that it's completed in Japan, it's just going to be monthly until it's done. For like the next, 8 months or something?
Something like that, yeah. Here we have How to Ride Volume 11. I know a lot of people read that stuff as well. Here we have Rent a Girlfriend. It's a romantic comedy, and the only thing I know is that there's an anime coming out, and I kind of want to check it out because it seemed pretty funny. But we have a Volume 1. This is the final volume, right, of Food Wars number 36.
Yes, it is. So this is the end of the series, the end of the final short little arc of Food Wars.
Nice. Here we have Dragon Ball Super Volume 9, which I know you're getting.
Yes, and this is, I think, bringing us to the end of the Tournament of Power. So from here, then we start the, I forget what the character is called, but there's a new original arc in the manga that is dealing with a new threat that has connections to some past characters in the series. So it looks pretty cool. I'm excited to read that stuff since I don't read the series online myself.
Nice. And we've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V Volume 7, which also includes a trading card inside. So for all you Yu-Gi-Oh! Card players, you might want to get this. We're also getting Natsume's Book of Friends Volume 24. I had no idea we had 24 volumes of this. Nice.
I don't think I've even heard of that series before.
I've heard the name, and I know there's an anime for it, but I thought it was like 12 or 13 books, not 24. We also have Yona of the Dawn, Volume 24. Queen's Quality, Volume 9, from Kyosuke Motomi. Here's another popular series, My Hero Academia, Volume 24. It's been a while since we've had a release because the gap is ever so close with the Japanese schedule, so they're spacing them out. So we're finally getting another volume. I think 23 came out back in January or February, So it's been a while.
Yeah.
Funny thing, I remember when this came out, when this was announced, they said, oh, it's coming out in June. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not going to wait until June. What the hell? What the heck am I going to do from now until June? And then the whole world just froze up. Like, oh, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Stuck at home. Nice. We are also getting The Promised Neverland Volume 15. It's a cool looking cover. I don't know what's happening. I've only seen the first season of the show, but that I love that character's hair with the purple hues and stuff. That's awesome.
I'm still really, really enjoying this series. Every volume is great. It's definitely going places, and I feel like you can see it kind of heading towards a conclusion. I don't know how much longer it has before it ends or what, but it's good stuff. Still definitely a really good series. Nice.
Saint Seiya Saintia show, is that how you say it? Saintia show?
I think so. This one was supposed to come out last month, and got delayed.
Yeah, this one got delayed. Yeah.
So this is the spin-off with the all-female team of Saints, spin-off from the Knights of the Zodiac series. I have this. I still have not read the first 9 volumes, but I've already pre-ordered this one.
Here's another very popular series right now, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 4 from Gege Akutami.
This one's getting an anime.
Yep. I'm really excited. It looks pretty cool.
It is cool. It's every volume.
Has it gotten better?
Every volume's got, like, the first volume was cool, second volume better, third volume better. So I'm expecting the same trend on this. It's kind of similar to when I started reading Demon Slayer back before the anime came out, and not a lot of people were paying attention to it in those first couple volumes as they came out in the US. And I was like, yeah, the first volume's pretty good, second volume's better, third volume, and it was like every volume was just better and better. This is the same way.
Tokyo Pop is back in the news. They're doing Scarlet Soul Volume 2, which I believe Omar mentioned that this was like an on-demand print that they're doing. Or for their titles, because we're going to see Tokyo Pop again in this list. But yeah, we're getting a Volume 2 of this series. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Volume 9. I don't know how long this series is supposed to be. I thought it was over, and I'm always surprised when I see new volumes pop up. Or maybe it's still ongoing. I don't know. Volume 9. We're also getting Dungeon Builder. The Demon King's Labyrinth is a modern city, but from Louis Tsukio, Volume 2, which is another isekai title for anybody wondering. One of my favorites, How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, Volume 3 is coming out next month. Magical Girl Sight, which is a spin-off from Magical Girl Apocalypse, which I've not completed yet, so I don't know anything about Sight. I do want to get into it eventually.
Yeah, I grabbed Apocalypse because you showed it and it looked so cool, but
yeah,
I haven't read it yet, so same here. I haven't read anything or looked into what Sight is.
Sarasanmai, Reo and Mabu. This is a spin-off from the anime. So it was an anime first, an 11-episode series, fantastic series. And these are 2 popular side characters from that manga. They're getting spin-off. I think it's a one-shot of their relationship and stuff. Next up, Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs Volume 9 is also coming out. And, of course, the fan servicey book of the month, Saki the Succubus Hungers Tonight. I do know that the Uncanny Omar is a huge fan of this book, so go ask him about it.
Really?
This is Volume 2. He said he was really interested in the book when we did the previews 2 weeks ago, so I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe he read it. So that is the first week. Lots of titles in that first week.
Yes.
I know that... where is it? Jujutsu Kaisen is one that a lot of people are going to get.
Yes.
Promised Neverland, My Hero Academia, obviously. There's Where's the other one? Dragon Ball Super, Food Wars, all this stuff. Just great Shonen Jump titles. Demon Slayer, Black Clover, Vigilantes. I don't know if a lot of people are going to pick it up, but hopefully they do. And Spy Family.
Definitely.
So that is the first week. Let me get the second one. Give me a quick second here. There are some questions in the chat, and I'll get to that too. Okay. All right, so the second week isn't as large, but there's still some really cool stuff here. Here we go. Share screen. Okay. Can you see the thing?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So we're getting on the second week of June. How do we relationship from Tamifu, Volume 1. So this is either a shoujo or a rom-com, something along those lines. We're also getting a Golden Kamuy Volume 16,
Hell
which
yeah.
is awesome. Pokemon Adventures Volume 2 Collector's Edition, which you showed Volume 1 a couple minutes ago. So we're getting... So this should be 4, 5, and 6, right? Of the smaller trades? Nice.
So it almost gets us through the Yellow arc. Yellow ended on 7.
We're also getting Requiem of the Rose King Volume 12 from Aya Kano.
Looks like the Black Clover font.
Right? Yeah. I thought about when I pulled up the image, I'm like, this font looks familiar. I didn't think about Black Clover. Nice.
Even with the little logo in the middle, it kind of looked like the clovers.
Next up, we've got Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle, Volume 12. I do know this is getting an anime, which I'm excited to check out because it looks pretty cutesy, interesting. This is Volume 12. And one of our favorite series, Komi Can't Communicate, Volume 7 is coming out. What else we got? Crap. Oh, all right. I got the name at the top. Today's Menu for the Emiya Family. This is a spin-off from the main Fate series. This is sort of an alternate reality where it's just a cooking slice of life manga with so it's very, very niche. You know, as if the genre wasn't niche enough. Now you got a cooking spin-off manga. And that's it for the second week. Pretty light one.
So not too much.
Oh, wait, I forgot about this. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Sorry.
I think that one was also delayed from a previous month.
Do I have more images here? Give me a second. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. It's because I added this image twice. So I thought I looped backwards. Sorry.
Oh, gosh.
So we are getting Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Volume 3. Fantastic series. I think the anime covers up to this volume or maybe up to Volume 4. I'm not too sure. But it's great. This, which I have no idea what this is about, but it looks pretty interesting. Night School, the Wern Books Collector's Edition Volume 2 from Svetlana Shemakova. There you go. So that is the final one from that week. I know that Toilet Bound is going to get a lot of love. Same with Komi. And maybe Sleepy Princess. I don't know. Definitely Pokemon Adventures. A lot of people hyped about that. And Golden Kamuy as well.
Yes.
Okay, let me pull up the third week of June. This one is about the same size. Let's see. Thumbnails. That's all the books here. Hide the sidebar. Okay. So this is the third week, like I mentioned. We're starting off with Loner Life in Another World, Volume 1, which I assume is another isekai manga. We're getting Persona 4 11, Volume 11. This, which is on a lot of people's radar, this is Rumiko Takahashi's Maison of Ikoku Volume 1 Collector's Edition. And I do believe Volume 2 and 3 are already solicited for the fall of 2020. So I do believe this was moved a little bit. It was supposed to come out in May, or maybe or maybe it was supposed to come out the first week of June, and it got moved to the third week. I think that's it. So
I'm not sure myself, but I know that I have it on pre-order, and I am excited because I am a fan of Takahashi's work.
We are getting a Gentle Noble's Vacation Recommendation, which I have no idea what that's about. This one is The Girl with the Sanpaku Eyes, Volume 1. Or The Feelings of a Girl with Sanpaku Eyes. That's it. Tomo-chan is a Girl. Story and art by Fumita Yanagida. Volume 7 is coming out. Along with The Drifting Classroom, yes. Volume 3, which is this the final volume, or is there a...
Yes. Yeah, this is going to be it. I'm real excited about this one. I enjoyed the first two quite a bit.
Nice. Here we have Satoko and Nada, Volume 3. Which looks pretty interesting. I'd like that art style. Here we have Masamune-kun's Revenge, Volume 11, After School. Kuma 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 Bear. Volume 1 from, I do believe this is Seven Seas Entertainment. So I know it's an isekai, but it's more of a comedy, so I'm willing to check it out. I like when they mash up different genres. Here's another popular one, Dead Demons, Destruction Thingamajig from Inio Asano. Volume 8 is coming out.
It's been a minute since we got Volume 7, so I'm excited to finally get the next book.
Yeah. What else we got here? Blue Flag, Volume 1. Volume 2, sorry. Volume 1 came out, I think, April or maybe early May, but we're getting Volume 2 in June. Let's see. Here's another popular one,
yes.
sorry. 20th Century Boys. This is, what volume is this?
It'll be 8. Volume 8.
Volume 8. Thank you.
So 8 out of what, 11 or 12 or 11? Yeah. I don't remember how many, but we're getting close to the end of the new collections.
I wonder, do you think they'll do the 21st Century Boys in one as well?
Yeah, that's how it was in Japan. The release of this 2-in-1 set, they had it was 20th Century Boys 1 through 11, I think, and then 21st Century Boys. Nice. Complete collection, basically.
That is it for the third week. I know, like we just mentioned, this is going to be a popular one to pick up. Mm-hmm. Same with anything from Inio Asano. So Dead Demons, a lot of people are excited about that. Kuma 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 Bear, I'm probably going to give it a read and maybe do a video on my channel for it because it's so silly that I want to do a video on it. Why not? And Drifting Classroom, Volume 3 of the hardcovers. That's coming out as well. And, of course, Maison Ikoku. Those are the ones to look out for, in our opinion. Let me get the fourth week. Yeah, this is a big one. Let's see if I can do this thing pretty fast. There's a lot of titles here.
I feel like it's always a big week, the last one.
Yeah. I was surprised. Let's see. Because there were 5 dates this time around. But it's usually the middle of the month where a lot of the manga come out. Share screen, application window. There we go. Got it. Okay, so we've got Chio's School Road, Volume 9. Bungo's Stray Dogs, Volume 15. I like that cover, the butterflies. One of my favorite series, Konosuba. This is Konosuba, An Explosion on This Wonderful World, Volume 5. with my favorite character of Konosuba, Megumin. This is a spin-off from the game. It's a manga based on the game, but it's a spin-off story of Sekiro. Sekiro's side story, Hanbei the Undying, from Shin Yamamoto. We've got Restaurant to Another World, Volume 1 coming out, which is a culinary isekai series. The title says it all. If you're in for some not safe for work cheesecake, this is Breast Are My Favorite Things in the World, Volume 1. So there you go. They like to please everybody with these books. Next up, we got Witches Printing Office, Volume 3. Lust Giyas, which is another not safe for work title, Volume 1. We've got, it's either Bestia or in Spanish, it's Bestia. I don't know. I'm just going to say Bestia, Volume 1 coming out. This is a little bit harder to read. I'm going to flip my head around. Dead Mount Death Play, Volume 4. I don't know what this is about, but it does have that parental advisory, so be on the lookout, just in case. Do You Love Your Mom and Her Two-Hit Multi-Target Attacks, Volume 3. The anime a lot of people liked. If you were into the TNA cheesecake genre, you're going to enjoy the series, I guess. I didn't really like it that much. One of my favorite isekai, The Saga of Tanya the Evil. This is Volume 10 of that series, which I believe is closing out soon. I might be wrong on that. Correct me in the comment section. Eclair Blue, Volume 2, I think it was. I don't know. Eclair Blue, also not safe for work. I don't know why, but it's probably because of some sexy stuff that happens. Here we have Umineko. This is from the When They Cry series. This is Volume 3. I believe this is a spin-off from that series. And whoa, that font, man. All right. Phantom Tales of the Night, Volume 4 from Matsuri. I appreciate the elaborate cover, but I can't read those fonts. Come on, guys.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. They should have placed it lower with the hands.
Where the darker part of the cover. Yeah.
Here we have Goblin Slayer Volume 8. And Divine Something Raiment Magical Girl Howling Moon Volume 2. So basically what I'm trying to get at is that the middle of the month, you're going to get a whole lot of not safe for work pervy manga. Just saying it like it is. Because all the ones I've highlighted have the parental advisory sticker. This one is from Ken Koyama. This is Little Miss P, The Second Day.
Is this supposed to be about like PMS?
I think so. I didn't do my research, but I'm very certain it's about that stuff.
Huh. There really is a manga for everything.
I know. Here we have New Game Volume 9 from Shotaro Tokuno. And here we have the other Tokyo Pop series that I mentioned earlier. This is Don't Call Me Daddy from Goro Kanabe. That's a hilarious name. The manga title, not the author. Another Tokyo Pop release, No Vampire, No Happy Ending, Volume 1. And I believe this was kickstarted before it came out. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you know about this series, Kimagure Orange Road.
I'm not familiar. I thought it was... There's another similarly titled series that's by the person who did Cross Game. And I thought it was that for a second. And then I realized it was not. And I was like, oh, never mind.
For some reason, I'm thinking it might have been kickstarted or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to double check. Here we have Canis, Dear Mr. Rain. Cover not final, so we don't know the cover for it. I apologize. Here we have Kaiji, the Gambling Apocalypse series, Volume 2 is coming out.
Which has been delayed multiple times, because I think it was supposed to be out a few months ago, and then it got delayed to last month, and now it's being delayed to June, and who knows when it's actually going to come out.
Yep. And supposedly we're also getting Volume 3 in June. I'll have to see it to believe it that we're getting 2 volumes. So
I absolutely doubt it. I bet very soon, or not very soon, probably like the week before this, like week 3 of June, we're going to get notification Kaiji Volume 3 has been delayed until September or something like that.
That sucks. So we have Volume 2 and Volume 3, and we've got Pleasure and Corruption Volume 2, which I think it's a drama, and Volume 3. So we're getting 2 volumes from that series. We are also getting a volume, what volume is this? 13 of The Rising of the Shield Hero. Interesting. Ghost in the Shell, The Human Algorithm, Volume 1, a new manga from that series. Of that franchise, I should say. And that's it for that, the 4th week. A lot of titles there.
There's a lot in there.
I can already tell you I'm going to... Oh, I'm sorry. It happened again. I apologize. I added the thumbnail twice. We're also getting Heavenly Delusion Volume 2 and Inside Mari Volume 7. There you go. I can already tell you from all that stuff, stuff to look out for: Ghost in the Shell, Rising of the Shield Hero, Kaiji, if it ever comes out. Orange Road, I do believe, is something that Omar would be a fan of because it looks pretty retro.
It's old like he is.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that route, so I went with the retro vibe. New Game has a lot of fans. Goblin Slayer, I guess. Not a big fan of that myself. Saga of Tanya the Evil is always good. And the rest is not safe for work, so you might want to be careful. Konosuba is wonderful. I love it. That's about it. Let me pull up the last week of June, which is super light in content. Let's see. Okay. Here we go with the final week of June. And the solicits, we've got Love Me for Who I Am, Volume 1, story and art by Kata Konoyama. I thought those were, what's the cereal? Fruit Loops at first. And then I thought, oh no, it's the female and male sign. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we got. Otherworldly Izakaya Nobu from Udon, Volume 7. No idea what that's about, so I apologize for the Nobu fans. We've got The Rose of Versailles, Volume 3, Deluxe Edition. And Love Stories, Koi Monogatari, Volume 1. And this thing, which is Konohana and Kitan. I don't have the number, so I assume this is a Volume 2 or 3. And that's it. That's all the stuff that's coming out on the last week. Cool. I know Rosa Versailles is one that people should be on the lookout for because it's gotten great reviews. So that's the stuff coming out in June. A lot of books. A lot of them were delayed from April and May, so we're getting a little bit extra this month.
And some of that stuff might be delayed. So
yeah, probably.
We don't know. No idea. I still haven't gotten like anything from May, so we'll see what happens.
Here we have a couple questions before we wrap up this fine episode. Shoot. Oh, here we go. It says right here, From David, I got my Lupin Goodbye Partner a month early from Right Stuff, but my pre-ordered Konosuba is nowhere to be found, even though the official release date has passed. What's funny about that is that I probably have your copy right here of Konosuba, David.
Ooh.
So for some reason, they got an early, like a month early crate of these, and they sent it out to everybody. And I was one of the lucky ones, I guess, to get it. But now it's out of stock, so people are waiting for that. So I've been with that Blu-ray for a month, and it was supposed to come out this week. Let's see. Oh, this was related to Honda-san. It's a woman in the manga. In the anime, the narrator is male.
That's weird. Yeah, it is a woman. Honda is a woman.
JJ Solon, the sports manga recommendations was good too. Thank you. That was an episode that we did. Endman, apparently the ending of Demon Slayer was not so good, according to Lou. I don't know. I'm not up to date. Eventually, I'll read it and find out.
I think I've probably seen maybe 10 people talk about the ending, and 8 out of 10 said they really liked it.
Yeah. I'm avoiding spoilers, and I've been pretty successful so far. So I'm excited to check the series out while I'm reading it monthly. Also, I remember seeing some videos last July hating on the end of Food Wars. I have no interest in it, but some people bailed last summer. I think go ahead.
The series, the second to last arc wraps up the story. And then the last like 5 volumes comes back and tells an arc that really doesn't need to exist. It's kind of pointless. If you enjoy the series, it's more cooking competition. So it's just more of what you're used to. It's not there's like people are really up in arms about hate about it. Like I've read articles, I've watched videos trying to understand, because to me, I'm like, it's not as good, but it's fine. Like you got the ending that you want, and then you get a little bit more material with those characters, and you get
like a DLC.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. It's like, you finished the game, but here's a little bit more to enjoy. And it's nice. If you don't want to buy the last 5 volumes or whatever of the series, then just stop at the end of the main story, and that's that.
There you go. I heard a lot of good things about Jujutsu Kaisen at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, and then things went silent. Thoughts on that series?
Probably went silent because people talk about things like right when they come out, and then you get more hype whenever an anime gets announced, and then you'll get more hype later when there's like additional seasons and stuff like that. So it's just waxing and waning on that stuff.
The anime's coming out, I think January 2021, something like that. It's by Studio Mappa. I love all the stuff that they've done, so I'm really excited to check it out. Or I might read the manga this year to get hype for it. We'll see. Spy Family equals GOAT. That's true. Here's another question. Are the Maison Ikoku the same height as the Viz Editor's Choice or SIG editions? I have all the Editor's Choice, but these new editions will be thicker, I believe.
I think the new editions are 2-in-1 editions, kind of like Urusei Yatsura. I can't say for the dimensions. I would imagine that it would be the same dimensions as Urusei Yatsura, which is the signature size, but I haven't looked into it myself. I haven't looked at the dimensions listed online, so I'm just gonna wait and see whenever I get it. Either way, I'm just excited because that series has been out of print for a while.
Mm-hmm. Gio and Ryley, I recently finished watching Yu Yu Hakusho for the first time. Loved it. Yeah, it's my favorite anime currently, and I plan to read the manga soon. Even better.
Awesome. And if you haven't yet, check out Hunter x Hunter, because it's the same. It's also by Togashi, and it's fantastic also.
Yeah, you're going to love it even more. Have you started Grand Blue Dreaming yet, Ryley?
Yes, I've been up to date. Volume 10 came out recently, so that's where I am.
Nice. Nice, and man, that's great. The Yu Yu Hakusho, I think that's an evergreen manga title, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. You know,
It should be.
as much as people like to say, "Oh, DBZ's the defining '90s battle manga," Yu Yu Hakusho's right up there. You know, it's the B side to the LP that is Dragon Ball. If that makes any sense.
I think that Yu Yu Hakusho does better as far as
Characters and story.
well, yeah, altogether, I think it's a
Yeah.
better series. I think Dragon Ball Z is just very iconic. But if I was to try and nail specifically what it is, it's the character development is more balanced in Yu Yu Hakusho, I guess, instead of having focus on just like Yusuke himself and then everyone else getting left behind like it does with Dragon Ball. You know, they do a good job to develop each of the main characters and their abilities and their powers steadily throughout the series so that there's a reason why these characters stick together and fight alongside each other, because they do wind up needing each other's help.
Yeah. And let's see.
So I was curious about my pre-order from May.
Mhm.
And I'm looking right now, and there's 18 volumes from May that I haven't gotten yet. And here, so Beastars Volume 6, Demon Slayer 12, Dr. Stone 11, FMA Volume 9 hardcover, Haikyuu 38, Hell's Paradise Volume 2, JoJo Part 4 Volume 5, and now Levius Est Volume 4 is listed in stock, so that one's in stock on their site. No Guns Life Volume 5, Ping Pong Volume 1, Radiant Volume 11, Ran in the Grey World Volume 7, Saint Seiya, which is delayed until this month, so technically it's not supposed to be out yet. Way of the House Husband Volume 3, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is listed in stock. That's Volume 3. So the one that we talked about that's coming out, that's scheduled for June, is actually in stock on Right Stuff right now. Urusei Yatsura Volume 6. And then the first 2 volumes of Wave Listen to Me, which are both listed in stock.
Nice.
So if anyone has ordered those and is waiting on them, hopefully we get some shipments going out soon. And hopefully, since they did get Levius, maybe there's some more Viz stuff around the corner.
That's awesome. Give me one quick second. I think we're gonna have to. Wrap up the show because I'm not seeing that we're live, and I fear that we got a copyright claim because I'm not. The last comment that we're getting here is from Endman, and that was on 8:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and
So
we've been on for
8 minutes.
Yeah,
Or 12 minutes.
I'm looking on YouTube on my account of Weekend Geekdom, and I'm not seeing the broadcast. Let me check real quick. When I click, the video has been removed for violating YouTube's terms of service. Fantastic. We're still recording this, and I'm gonna try and upload it later. But that is weird. That's never happened before.
Just noticed, and actually he noticed a little bit ago and mentioned it in our chat.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Right. Well, hopefully whatever we did that upset YouTube, we can upload this video.
Sons of bitches. All right. Well, I'm going to try and upload this and edit the thing, and I don't know. I'll work magic somehow. We'll see what happens. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You're watching this pre-recorded, hopefully, at a later time. I don't know if it was the images that we showed, because that usually has never been a problem. I don't know if it's the background, but the background was released for public consumption, so I don't know. This is weird. Regardless, I'm going to do the plug. You can get all the manga that we talked about at instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and manga up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your collected editions order, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, and wonderful packaging that you can only get when you visit instocktrades.com. All right, folks. We're going to wrap it up and see what happens. And hopefully this is just a faint memory and you all enjoy the episode later on with the solicits. So, Ryley, where can they find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me on YouTube at the Omnibus Collector. I got plenty of cool stuff on there: hauls, reviews, collecting guides. Just did a cool Godzilla video as well. So check me out there. And then on Facebook, we have the main group is the Omnibus Collectors Comic Swap and Community, and then the manga group is Otaku's Farm. And how about you?
Perfect. You can find me on my channel at Week in Geekdom, talking about anime, comics, manga, all that fun stuff. So that is it for us. Thank you for tuning in. And of course, keep watching the Omnibus Collectors Network, Omnibuslive, Fangirlz Assemble, Otaku Bros, all that fun stuff. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. God bless. Stay safe out there. And we will catch you on the next episode, which will probably be a discussion topic on something. We'll announce it eventually. So stay tuned for that. Bye, everybody.